Man, welcome to another episode of Voices of Visions, where we put words to actions. I'm your host, YAWFILMZ, a.k.a. the mystery man behind the cam. I'm here with my two co-hosts. We got JBOOGIE, Mr. Put It On Better Than the Artist himself.
Yeah. You know what it is.
And to my left hand, of course, we got the angry assailant. Tell you how it is and not how you want to hear it, only Showtime.
Yeah. Pay up.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, if y'all love food the way that I love food, and of course, the way Boogie love food, then y'all definitely gonna enjoy this one, man. We got this special guest up in here, fire entrepreneur, go by the name of Mike G, man. What's up with you?
How you feeling? I appreciate y'all having me on today, for real.
Definitely. Thank you for coming, man, and we finna get straight into it. Let's go. What is your perspective on building generational wealth?
Building generational wealth, yeah,
Right.
Y'all hitting hard off top.
Yes, sir.
I think that building generational wealth first starts with passing knowledge. I feel like black people, especially like the way I grew up and a lot of people that I know, they don't know how like withholding information and making things seem like they are okay are super detrimental to how we can process information, how we can move towards, financial literacy, as well as like learning how to build, stack, and do different things. But I think the first step, you said the first step, right? Or
Yep.
the first step
Right.
is education.
Right.
So learning about what money can do when you are not having to like go and work for it.
Okay.
Definitely.
So stacking, investing, and
Yeah.
how interest works, and a lot of different things.
Yeah, I definitely feel like generational wealth is very important. You know what I mean? I think really, it's really about like to really kind of gain that that generational wealth. I feel like us like as black people, we struggle with a lot of just having that big ownership of like having that ownership of things that we usually do, you know what I mean, or building land for our next generations to build on, you know what I mean, just keep growing and making it something bigger within the next 20 to 50 years, that's definitely important. And
But
then,
even within that, like now you have people who are passing and people who built that generational wealth before all of these things happened, because generations before, all they knew was work, get a job, work, whatever they give you, take it, and just make sure you go to work, because that's how you have money.
facts.
People did that, bought land, did things like, I'm from East Chicago, Indiana, where most people are from like the South, Alabama, Mississippi. But I just heard a story recently from my mom that somebody had got some land, inherited from their father who had worked in Indiana,
That's
bought
crazy.
land where he's from, back in Alabama, Mississippi or something. The land came after he passed. She sold it.
Wow.
Because it's like, I feel like people are so emotionally tied to money and
Yeah.
just the idea of money that
definitely.
they don't even
Yeah.
understand what that could do, because you could go build a whole community for your
Yeah.
whole family on that land that's already paid for.
Facts.
But you like, nah, I'm gonna just go ahead and cash out.
It's crazy. It's crazy you say that, because like I just found out when my great grandma just died like a couple years ago. We just found out like last year she owns some land down in New Orleans. Like I don't know how big it is, but it's some land though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we ain't went to go check it out, but it's just like, man, it's so much I could, you know what I'm saying, we could do with that. Like you said, build communities. That's big. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and to piggyback on what both of y'all are saying, as far as like building communities go, I mean, this building like this intel within our communities, like we lack a lot of it, especially when it comes to when it comes to finance, just finance in general. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff we don't know. Like some people don't even know about compound interest. Some people even know about credit. Some
Yep.
people,
Right.
I mean, I'm not that they might know a few about credit, but they lack like the
Ins and outs.
yeah, the ins and outs of credit, and
Yeah.
the ins and outs of buying land, the ins and outs of, and I just wish, I mean, that whoever knows the information that is a part of our culture, if they're not, that's fine. But I mean, not to gatekeep it so much.
Right.
And I mean, and I understand. I mean, we are withheld, we are held back because of what our culture is. And I mean, some people like they're kind of scared of if we figure out all this information,
Yeah.
especially about finance and income and like just
Right.
I mean, it's that, but like I say, education, because it's not only the gatekeeping from people who don't look like us. The other parts of it is our parents or our grandparents who went through things, and they say just don't get a credit card.
Yeah.
They don't
That's
tell
how my
you,
mom
I
is
fucked
to
off
me.
20,000.
Yeah.
I had Macy's, I had Sears, they don't tell you that part.
Yeah,
They just be
yeah.
like, don't do it. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, that's
I ain't
not
gonna lie,
really
my
helping
mom
me.
for the longest was just like, don't even worry about getting a credit card in your name. I'm like, wow, it's like that helps me be able to just walk in anywhere. Like,
You need it.
like that's a fake, like that's literally like the financial face card. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So like when you have a great standing of, I'll guarantee that if you give me this, I will give it back to you.
Right.
You basically can go anywhere in the world and get anything in the world
up.
that you want.
Yeah.
Like it literally gives you the option to IOU. It's basically like an IOU.
Yeah.
Like that's the craziest thing about it. When it comes to like generational wealth, I feel like a lot of people, I feel like we stuck in an era where it's like live for the moment. You know what I mean? And don't like, even how like my parents, like they tried to kind of instill that in me as a kid of like, you know, save your money, you know, understand what's most important, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They taught me a lot about values, you know, and things of that nature. But nowadays, like how it is now with the new era of everybody's just like, just spend that shit, you know what I mean? Like you ain't gonna be alive at the end of the day, and it's just like, that's cool. That's cool and all. That's cool and all. But at the same time, it's just like, what if you had kids? What you gonna leave to them?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, if I do become wealthy, I want to give my kids something, but I don't want to give them everything because I feel like there's no growth in that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Give them something to build off
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, you
That's
know what I
more
mean?
Important, yeah.
if you give them everything, then of course they become spoiled. They become entitled. They don't understand what it's like to be, you know, to work and actually
Yep.
gain, or you know, understand what a loss can actually bring to you.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So when I think about building generational wealth, like how you was touching on, Mike G, is like the knowledge of it. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it ain't necessarily about giving the money. You know what I mean? Like getting the land, understanding what getting land and understanding how you can manipulate that land to, you know, to put everybody in your circumference on, like your family. Like my grandma is full-blooded Indian. Like she has land in Texas and in North Carolina. Like she got some land out there too as well. And she was telling my brother about it and telling me about it. Like, I don't know why y'all like buying houses. I got land like in these states where you can
Get
really
some shit
go,
built,
yeah,
yeah.
and go get some shit
Yeah.
built. But of course, you know, with how the currency is now here in in America, it's gonna take a lot more for us, especially with the skin tone that we have, to understand financial knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, trying to build understanding to build that generational wealth so that when you get into those positions to be like, hey, I've already built the kingdom. All you got to do is teach it to the ones after you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just builds. You build like a whole a village.
That's that education is key. I mean, you look at Diddy's son, like that nigga be working. Like I was in Chicago on a humbug, and he in the club, he in this club. Like he's really going to do appearances, going to perform his song, doing everything, and he a fresh 21. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't have to work ever.
Nah,
That's
he
Diddy's
don't.
son.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
it's Diddy's
saying?
son for sure.
But I'm sure some way, somehow he instilled like, well, if you want to do this, this is how you do it. But you got to do it like this in order to continue to grow and
Right.
build your own following, do everything that you need to do.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, the education, and I feel like a lot of it might come from, you know, sometimes our people just don't know. They might not know how to communicate it to us. They might be ashamed to tell us about certain things, but that just continues to hold us back. But it's just crazy when you look back on it, because before crack hit the streets, like black people had shit figured out. Like we was really doing shit, and we
Yeah.
really had communities built. We was really helping each other. We really had a doctor living next to a garbage man, living next to all of these other
That's
things
facts.
that we really was able to have conversations. But now, I mean, the benefit, kids do have social media, so they can go on there and learn. It's just about how they use their time on there and how do you manipulate that as a parent. Like it's a lot that goes into it, but the information is there now. We didn't necessarily have the information growing up, but we always had social connectivity,
Right.
which I feel like is something that's great because we had to interact in person at our age, and we interacted online, which was new, but we learned how to do it. The kids now, they don't really know how
Everything
to
is
interact
social.
with people in person.
Everything is social. Like
Yeah.
when I get online and I realize like I'll be seeing these posts where it's like I got social anxiety, and I'm like, how do you get that? Like honestly, how do you get social anxiety? It's like, is it because you just whenever you get around people, you just don't know how to interact with them? And that's the worst thing about it. Like, how do so many kids nowadays have social
They're
anxiety?
cyborgs, bro.
Yeah,
They're
I was about
cyborgs.
to, just to say that, I was about to say, really,
The pandemic fucked shit up.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm about to
They
say.
legit wasn't around people for
Yeah.
a whole year. And then you
Like-
go to
2 years.
school.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. These
Oh, 2
kids, they
years.
wasn't in school or nothing like that, so they was doing everything online. They was just being in the house. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I always say I feel like homeschool is never good for a kid at all. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
you can't never have that social interaction. Like you can't go
I
out
agree.
and just be with other kids that's around your age or just like, you know what I mean? It kind of affects you, especially when you get older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not saying public schools are rough for any. I'm not saying it's not always the greatest route.
I
No,
feel
it's
like
not.
public schools build character.
Yeah,
but
they build
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, they build character, but I'm not gonna lie. Like even if you was to be homeschooled, I feel like you'll actually retain knowledge a lot better. You know what I mean? If you are homeschooled, 9 times out of 10, you'll probably retain knowledge a lot better, just because you aren't gonna be around and influenced by everything else that's happening. That don't say that you can't go outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just more of a personal touch, from one's family to be like, hey, I need you to truly focus on, getting somewhere in your life.
Yeah, and also too, it kind of depends on like the parents too, cause like I know kids that they homeschool and they try to come back to public school and they was behind a lot, you
Yeah.
know. So it just kind of depends on the parent and like the kid if they really own it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they not own it, then they just gonna be behind, you know. But yeah, it can go both ways though. I mean, both homeschooling and public school is just good. You know, it's just you just gotta just depends on the person really.
Yeah, just that social interaction you will
Yeah.
lose if you don't go to public school. I'm not saying private schools do not have them. I mean, you do have people that go there.
Yeah.
But as far as like public schools, it's more like being your eyes will be open to so many cultures, especially like if you're like in a more of a accessible of cultures of a state or like a city that you're in. Like as far as Indianapolis, like if I was to say like a culture, just culture wise, like I went to Ben Davis. There's so many cultures in that place, everywhere. You're seeing people from all types of races, cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean, like it's crazy. And like, know what I mean,
You got trailer park people, you got
Facts.
city people,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got farm people.
You
Ben
do.
Davis is
You got a lot of different variations
Yeah.
of personality. So it's
Yeah.
like, of course, you kind of like
It's-
it just builds a large character for you. Like it kind of fine tunes like attributes.
It's a better interpretation of the real world.
Right.
But then it just depends on like, what's that person goals, what's their parents' goals for them, what are they trying to do? Because if you just want to be a graphic designer, you'll never got to talk to no fucking body besides the people that you graphic designing for.
Exactly.
You don't even
Yeah.
have to. But if you want to go be a nurse and
You
was
gotta be
homeschooled
social.
your whole life,
Yeah, that
you
ain't
don't
gonna work.
even know how to interact to tell
Gotta go to medical
nobody
school.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely one of the biggest social fields ever, being a nurse. Like you have to literally talk your way into every situation.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
for sure.
One thing I'm kind of mad though, like schools don't teach you is like just to come back to like having that financial education. It's like they didn't teach none of us that in high school at all.
And that's the
Nah,
thing.
they
I feel,
got money, bro.
and I feel it's on the point why they won't teach it. They feel like
They want to build workers, man.
it's. I mean, yeah, and also, know
Nah,
what I mean,
that
Mhm.
part.
it's also on the point of like, I'm not saying like somebody with a 17-year-old mind can encapsulate like what credit actually does and what it means and what it. Know what I mean, it's just I'm not saying they won't understand it. It's more like you have to be going through the process of dealing with credit to understand it fully.
No,
Like, I mean,
Not
yeah.
necessarily.
if you
I mean, if you go to
break-
business school, they teach you that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you was to instill something in somebody, it always starts by writing it down and like showing them some kind of form of it
A class.
in a class.
Like simplifying it.
Exactly. So if you was to
It's a word problem.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's a math
I learned
word.
stock
yeah,
market
yeah.
in high school. You know what I mean?
if you're constantly going to school and they're constantly telling you things about financial, more in the financial literature type of situation.
break it down like math.
Yeah,
kind of.
breaking it down, like you'll understand it by the time you get out of high school. You see what I'm saying? You'll understand what I ain't gonna lie, bro. It took me a minute to understand what a trade line was. Like, to really understand what a trade line was, what it does for your credit, bro. It's crazy, but you have to spend so much money getting a trade line because that's how much it helps. It literally literally clears up everything, and it gives you a reference. Like, it kind of gives you like I forgot what they call it, but let's just say it kind of gives you like a personal reference to where like it'll always show that you're financially responsible.
I mean, and even if, you know, like you say, some people might not be able to comprehend what credit may be. Well, y'all do honor shit, so instead of doing pre-calculus and fucking calculus, do pre-credit and credit.
Fuck all
because they say that calculus and all that is to make you be a better critical thinker.
Yeah,
which
it is.
I believe it is. Like, it does help you be a better critical thinker. But for most people, you don't need to be the best critical thinker in the world.
Exactly.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
Like,
situationally, yeah.
Like, but you need to know what credit is, because most people, once they turn 18,
you are getting sharked by every
you
single
gonna get
store
at least,
you walk
you gonna
into.
get it, and you're gonna get 30 envelopes a day in your mailbox because
You want
everybody
to sign up for a Sears
and
card?
they gonna get your
You want to
ass.
sign up, bro? They gonna definitely try to get you. Like, the moment you get out of high school, whatever store you walk in, you want to sign up for 20% on the Sears card, on the JC Penney card.
If I can say like what a 360 deal looks like in an envelope,
It's
there you
crazy.
go.
That's a 360
That's
deal.
basically what it is.
That's a good way to
like
put it.
whatever you
That's a hot
want,
take.
we own you for that amount.
Right.
That's basically what it is. Like
Hey, listen.
Credit card is
Credit card is a 360
deal.
deal.
At 18
360
years
deal,
old,
And
it's
bro.
also
definitely
too, like,
360.
imagine if we did have like credit score classes, like, or like just class talk about credit. Like, imagine everybody walking around here with a almost $800 credit
Bro.
score. That should be crazy.
They don't want that's what you
scary.
said. Like,
That'd be
that.
scary.
They do not want that type of
scary.
bro. That is a crazy amount of power, especially for the black community. If the black community, every black person had an 800 credit score. Are you serious? We'll buy up a city.
No,
But we might fuck it up too.
you might fuck it up too. And you ever-
Because
it's
we
more.
might have 3 cars with a $30,000 limit.
Yeah.
Getting paid $40K a year, that don't really add up.
Hey
Exactly.
man, there's okay. All right.
But no,
I guess
but
it's
with
balanced.
the
Yeah, it's
got
with
balance.
the
It's a
education,
balance.
though,
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
what you said.
If
with
you
that.
if they're highly educated within it, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
nah,
sure
for
that
sure.
they'll get like, nah, bro, don't go
It'd be-
put a
yeah.
don't go put a Hellcat in your name right now, bro. Don't do that. like I don't
Hellcat
care
for
if you
my
got an
first
800.
car.
Yeah, I don't
Straight
care
up.
if you got an 800 credit score or not, bro. You do not have the funds for those car
Working at a
payments, bro.
warehouse with a Hellcat.
Oh God,
Right.
Like,
You know what I mean?
that is nuts, bro. Please, like, anybody that got an 800 credit score, or even a 700 credit score, and you have not purchased the car, just do not go for nothing extreme right off the
Yeah.
back. Like, no Benzes,
That no money down.
no,
Scam.
yeah. Don't do none of that. You know what I mean? Like. Just really try starting somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? Something around 20 to 30,000 is cool. You feel me? You'll have some decent payments. But please, like, do not go for no crazy foreign cars, bro. I'm telling you, that shit gonna hurt you in the long
Yeah.
run, because them car payments gonna be nuts.
Exactly. And
Unless you
everything.
really getting paid a bag.
Yeah. Unless you
really
got a
getting paid,
crazy
yeah,
job,
like-
then yeah, for sure. But
It's-
Be cool.
Cars appreciate in value every 100 miles they depreciate in value to a salesman or anybody that buys vehicles. So, now I mean, if once you buy that 2023 off the lot, bro, or that 2022 off the lot, even if it's
yeah,
pre-owned,
it's old already now.
Yeah.
As soon as you pull it off the lot, it's old.
what's crazy is like they sold it to the dealership for like what? Okay, we'll take 13,000. We'll give you 13,000 for this car. You turn around in about a week and a half, bro. You go up there, there's gonna be a whole little sticker on there. That mug gonna say 25,000.
Nah, it might say 30. Nah,
30.
nah.
30,
It's gonna say
Yeah,
30,
yeah.
35.
Pre-owned.
It's the Benz and shit.
Exactly.
They
Pre-owned.
don't play like, bro, like when I literally if you look at it on your Carfax, bro, it tell you how much they bought the car for.
Yeah.
Like it tell you where they bought the car. Like, bro, my car was bought in an auction, bro. They bought my car literally for $1,500.
That's crazy.
Bro, $1,500, and you telling me it's 23,000? Like, bro, that's crazy.
'Cause, like-
Question for y'all.
Go ahead.
How do y'all feel? Because this is one of my pet peeves with minorities that I had a lot of conversations with. So, how do y'all feel about ownership versus renting or leasing. So we talking about like car or home.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I feel like I know a lot of wealthy people who don't really care to own shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the flip side, I know a lot of broke people who like, I own it though. I want to own it. But you still gotta pay the bank.
Let me
come
hit
grab
this
that
one
motherfucker.
first.
So yeah, go ahead.
You go first. You go first.
I see you was ready to fire off, but let me hit this. See, okay, understanding the whole thing between owning and renting, bro. Listen, owning is good. Like, I'm not gonna tell you it's not good to own things, especially when it comes to like your house and stuff like that. But some of y'all say I own it just to kind of brag about owning it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what it's about. You know what I mean? When you rent, like I said, you can always own it in the future. It's just all based on you, especially if you feel like you want to still move around as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that rent, they like, okay, I don't really plan on staying here forever. You know what I mean? True. They don't really plan on staying in that area for that long of amount of a time, and they don't really plan on doing any kind of construction work to the house. That's the only thing that's different between the owning and the renting. Like, you can
talking about 30 years. It ain't like people out here
30-year
buying a house and
mortgage,
paying it off in 10 years.
Nah, definitely.
30 years.
Definitely. Like, bro, if you
mortgage.
plan on sitting somewhere for a long time, bro, then of course, make renovations, go for owning a house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But renting, bro, is not a bad thing. Like, it's literally the same thing, bro.
Especially if you do a lot of
It's
traveling.
the same.
Yeah.
and this is why I'm gonna say, you know what I mean, to own is like basically like once you own, what do you want to do with it? Of course, you want to sell what you own, right? So you want to get money for what you want to get money back of what you put into it. So like as far as like cars, they depreciate value.
Yep.
Every time that you are owning that car more and more and more, it's appreciating value. The same thing for a house, unless you add stuff inside the house. So
And the area.
and then say the area,
changes well.
and that's what I'm saying. Like
Area
you're
matters too.
owning is more to own to sell. Like renting is to rent to stay, just the harbor. You can basically rent is harboring. You're basically just like, I mean, like you're getting an apartment complex about like 12 to 15,000 a year. Now I mean, just to stay there, and you realize, okay, I just gave that away. But when you owning it, okay, it's damn near the same thing. It's like, say like you get in the car, right?
About the same.
You're not renting the car, but you still have it in possession, but you still owe them consecutively until like what, a 5-year, 3-year, 2-year deal that you signed with the dealership. But you gotta realize you're working to pay something off. But when you're doing like it's a pink slip, like you're leasing a vehicle, you're just, I mean,
a lot of people don't know, like, once you own anything, it comes property tax, bro. You now have to pay property tax the moment you start owning it. Property
And
tax.
if you don't take good care of it, definitely decreases value. And that goes with cars. Like, the more along the year goes, and you know what I'm saying, you say you got a 2013 car and you try to sell it in 2025. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, cars are. I'm not
Keep
saying they're
it,
a
bro.
bad
Just
investment.
but if it's in good condition, you
Cars
might get some money
really
for
are
it.
bad.
But I'm not saying they are bad because
The moment you
you need
You
it.
just
Yeah,
need
you
it,
need
bro.
it.
the,
And,
moment,
like,
the moment you drive off the lot, I heard it's like they take off like
oh yeah,
like 10,000 or some crazy shit like that.
and the
Like,
more expensive the car get, the more it drop.
Yeah.
yeah,
The more it drop.
Like, if you think about it, like, all these famous people that be buying, like, Corvettes, they be like 120,000. You know what I mean? They pull off the lot. They can probably only get, like, 60K for it.
Well, foreign cars, though,
80,000.
it's kind of different.
some
'cause
shit like if
yeah,
you get
yeah.
with in anything, if you get the shit, of course you're gonna be able. You know, those are anomalies. But for the average person,
Like a
just like
Honda.
a house, it's like,
Yeah.
well, shit, I got this house. I only pay $1,600 a month. You renting for $2,000, but let you need some new windows, my nigga.
You got to
Yeah.
pay for
You know
it.
what I'm saying? And you, like you said, you're not planning to stay there, or let you need a hot water heater, or let you need any of these things. It's like you can still be fucked over in the long run. But
Fact.
I just wanted to get y'all perspective on that because that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
conversation I have,
Yeah.
and I go back and forth.
It's.
with
I
people
mean,
on
like
sometimes.
you're in a
There's really
buyer's
no
market.
difference, bro.
It's a market, man. Like it's a whole market, especially. My God, it's just when you're buying something, it's more like what do you want to own it for? Is there a reason you want to
Right.
own it, or is it more of just a claim, a title,
Like you
just
say,
something I
do
gotta?
I want to stay? I'm cool. This is my forever home. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be here.
exactly. Like
Or do I want to go in this area, buy something? I'm like, no, I feel like in 5 to 10 years, this area gonna be popping. I'm gonna be able to boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people during the pandemic, they had a false sense of, I made it because I'm here now. I can sell this and I could make 150. But where you going? Because everybody else taxing too.
Exactly.
So now where you gonna go?
Yeah, the
now
real
you might
estate
have to go
market is
rent
fucked up right now,
yeah, it's
bro.
like I don't know.
Yeah, the market for real estate is really, really bad right now. Like the price for a house is nuts. Like I think it didn't double.
It's supposed to get better though.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
probably
they say by the end of this year it's
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be back
Yeah.
level because
that's what my
people
girl
was
said.
paying 200,000-300,000 over asking prices. Like, no, I'm come and cash. But people was coming from the coast, east, west,
Yeah.
especially in Indianapolis, like, which makes sense. A lot of people work from home now, so it's like if this gonna be your forever home, and it was 1.3 million, but you spent $2 million on it, but $2 million in New York was gonna get you not this. It makes sense. You work from
Facts.
home. This
Yeah.
your forever home now. You cool.
I know a lot of people that moved out of LA. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Because it got so high.
All right, so kind of want to touch on some things with your experiences. Do you think the fast food industry is a necessity?
A necessity? No, it's killing people. It's something that really should be more regulated, in my opinion, because I feel like they serving a whole lot of bullshit that is like honestly killing people. You know, giving people diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure. But you know, depending on the place it is, we addicted to it. That should be good. Some
Fast.
places it be hot, fresh, ready, like Chick-fil-A.
And quick.
McDonald's, you might not know what you're going to get, but sometimes the fries bust, or some people love different things on the menu. But
Convenience.
I don't think it's a necessity. But, you know, that just goes into a whole lot of other things with, like, access to food and time and all these other things, especially, like, in impoverished communities. But
And pricing.
I don't
too.
feel like it's a necessity at all. People could survive without it.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Being able, I think the reason why I'm kind of having mixed feelings about it, just because, yes, they do. They serve bullshit a lot, like, bro. Fast food is bullshit, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't even think it's real food like 85% of the time.
I'm about to say Crunch Wrap busting. You know that shit trash, bro.
Hey, listen, bro. 85% of the time, I do not think that it's real food. But
Going to college and taking marketing courses and understanding that each industry has marketing and advertising things where things only have to match up to a certain percent to where you can say that it's something. That's what fucked me up about fast food. Plus being a food blogger and doing everything I do. But when I found out that you could say, as long as this tea is 70% lemonade or 45% lemonade, you could call it lemonade. But it could be a whole lot of bullshit in here. But as long as that 45% equal up, you good. You call it lemonade. Based on what the FDA and whoever else say.
yeah,
Like, that's really fraud, because then it's
Damn.
like, these ain't chicken nuggets. Like, it's really something else.
damn, it's like
But
that.
they put whatever percent that has to match up based on the laws and the rules. As long as that matches up, you know, they could call it whatever they want.
That's crazy.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie, I never really knew that. Like, it's literally, okay, so in order for them to really process the product, it has to meet a certain standard, of course.
Right.
You know what I mean? So with the regulation is like, okay, like you said, in order for this to be lemonade, they say they have to descript it as it's at least 40% lemonade in here.
Right. Whatever
so now it's
percentage
lemonade.
it is for that specific thing. Just like we all know Taco Bell ground beef is grade D, but we don't know what grade D means, so we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know, like, and I never even searched it up. Like, we all know that, though, even with McDonald's and everything else, but as long as it matches up to what the FDA says, they can advertise it as whatever.
You know what's crazy about the FDA though? Like, it's just how I go into marketing of food. It's so weird. Like, it's say you see a fast food commercial, right? Like, they're advertising like all these colors, like how these things look. It's literally just masking how it looks in real life. So like when you see that commercial, when you see that billboard, when you see that ad on your phone, and you drive past that big old thing in the sky, know what I mean? You're like, okay, well, I mean, shoot, that look pretty good. Man, you open that bag, you open that wrapper.
Nothing like it.
I've been gooped.
Yeah. I went to a restaurant recently.
From this big to that small.
I was at this restaurant recently, and they was like, but let's add some more meat. He's making the videos. I was in the kitchen with him. He's making the video. I'm like, no. Make that shit exactly how you would make it for whoever's like. Don't make it seem like it's finna be 30 pounds of meat on there because I got to deal with that. Not y'all. Y'all gonna have to deal with it too. But I'm not trying to false advertise because it ain't that. As long as it's good or I like it, it don't matter. I'm not trying to finesse nobody out of an extra couple dollars because you put 10 more bacon strips on there.
Oh God, and that's not the normal. Yeah, that's not.
Bacon strips
Yeah, that's not the normal.
We're not getting 15.
I'm gonna ask you, what's like the most false advertisement food that you ever had, like ever?
That I had.
Yeah.
That was like false advertised. I don't know. It's tough because like when I go to restaurants to work, they really like.
They show love. They try to impress you a lot.
They gonna do the best because they know I'm coming. So it's not like I ever been in there on like some Secret Santa shit where it's like I'm just here, like let me see what's going on. But
food critic and a private food critic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a restaurant that just wasn't as good as I thought it would be, and I just went on my own.
I got one. Fucking Ruth Chris.
Oh, you tripping?
Yeah.
I fucks with Ruth Chris.
You do?
Hard. Ruth Chris consistent.
Now,
shit
okay,
bussin'.
it's a steakhouse. Now, this is what I'm gonna ask y'all. How do y'all like y'all steaks?
Well, I'll say this.
How
Ruth
y'all
Chris
steaks
lamb
done?
chops is good though. Ruth Chris
They
lamb
lamb
chops.
chops and they filet.
Yeah, they lamb chops is good.
Okay,
They
well,
filet good.
it's-
They mashed potatoes weak as fuck.
Yeah,
I'll
it is.
say
It's
that.
nasty.
They mashed potatoes.
It's definitely nasty.
Damn
It's
near
definitely
tastes
nasty.
instant.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna ask though. How do y'all like y'all steaks done? 'Cause there's a difference.
Medium well.
Medium well.
'Cause I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I'm going straight medium.
yeah, medium well for me. But like, it's just okay. When people get well done steaks,
No,
like
that's
you're
a shoe.
you're asking
Rubbery.
You eat
like,
a boot.
to get a well done steak done like perfectly in seasoning. Like, you know how hard that is, and where like when to pull it. Like, you gotta know exactly what
And
moment
it's
to
like
pull.
your opinion don't matter if you eating well done steak.
Bro,
Like,
you eating a boot, bro.
Like,
That's a boot.
I'm not saying you
Like,
don't eat no
that's-
seasoning, but like, bro,
I know people who eat their steaks blue, which is like
That's disgusting. You
like,
an animal.
It's just by law. You just got to put that motherfucker on the grill.
Oh, God.
And it's like that's nasty.
Oh God.
But
Eating
they
it
look
rare.
at people who eat well done steaks like, what the fuck? But then well done steak eaters that I know look at them like, you dirty. And I
Yeah.
look at them like they dirty.
like
too.
the reason why I feel like medium and medium well is the perfect, cause like you still, I'm not saying you still, you're still retaining all the juice that it was made through. So like all that seasoning is still entrapped. But when you get the well done,
It's a shoe.
Yeah, you realize the more you cook a meat, bro, all the seasoning is go like that. It just starts going like that. It just starts pushing to the outside of the pan, then it burns up, it oxidizes, and it's not there anymore. The seasoning's basically gone.
I'm gonna give y'all a bad experience. So, for my homie birthday, man, this was probably like 5 years ago. He had his birthday at Harry and Izzy's, and I've never been to Harry and Izzy's.
I think that was the one.
It was
Harry
my
and
first. It
Izzy's,
was my
yeah.
first time ever being to Harry and Izzy's. By the way, very overrated. They're very overrated
Ruth
for
Chris
sure.
over here in Izzy's in my opinion.
Yeah, like Harry and Izzy's is very
I think
overrated.
that's what I was talking about.
But
yeah.
we went there for his birthday or whatever, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a steak. I wasn't that much of a steak person. Like, I'm more of a chicken, turkey, shrimp type of person. Like,
Yep.
I try to stick to those. I don't know, like,
You don't really fuck with the
yeah,
red
I don't
meats.
really fuck with the red meats like that. But around this time, like, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a steak. I'm here. It's my brother's birthday and shit. So I didn't know how to specifically order it. So it was on me a little bit, but I was still kind of mad. So I ordered a well done steak.
Ah man.
Man, when
It
I
was
say
rubbery.
that motherfucker came out burnt. Like it was burnt. Like it wasn't charred. It was literally burnt. Like I can taste how burnt it was. I said, bro, what is this?
Did they ask for like any additives, like any au jus, anything
No,
like onions and
no,
peppers,
no, no,
anything
no,
like that,
no,
mushrooms?
bro, nothing, bro. It was a burnt steak.
He had a
See,
black
like
steak.
I've been in a lot of kitchens, and I will say, it's no kitchen that I've been in that somebody ordering a well done steak is not like the biggest pet peeve in the steakhouse. Like
Yeah.
they get pissed they see a ticket with well done.
Cause it's hard.
It's like
it's hard to
and it's just like
execute
they
that.
don't give a fuck. It's like, well, they don't fucking like steak at all, no way. So I'm gonna just cook this motherfucker till I get done cooking it. Like,
Bro,
that's how
They burnt
feel
that shit on
about it.
purpose.
Bro, they burnt the fuck out of that steak. I told them to send that shit right the fuck back.
Yeah.
I mean,
I said,
the
nah,
thing is,
you might as well
especially
take
with
that off my check,
steakhouses,
bro.
though, it's like if you want something well done, get it medium well. Don't cut into your steak right away. Just let it sit for like 15 minutes, which is hard. Everybody else in there eating.
Oh,
But
God.
let it sit. By the time it get done sitting, it's going to be a well-done steak like you want it.
Right.
Mhm.
But you got, because the plates is hot, like it's going to continue to cook. It's just, a lot of people don't like seeing blood on their plate.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I
Get
mean,
it.
it's
Listen, bro.
So what I do,
I didn't
get
order
medium.
a cow on a plate, bro. I ordered a steak. I
So-
want
I mean, the cow
done.
cook though.
Nah,
the
it's
easiest
mooing,
thing
bro.
to do is if you get filet mignon, the easiest thing to do is the plate's still gonna be hot. As soon as it come out, cut it in half, flip both pieces on their side, and then just let it sit for a second. It's gonna continue to cook because the plate hot. You shouldn't have to do all that shit because you're paying $100+ to
Oh,
eat
God.
there anyway. But it's like you gotta manipulate to understand what you like. I'm fortunate enough to have experienced these
Yeah,
things to
I'm not a
understand.
steak
'Cause I
connoisseur. I'm not
definitely
gonna lie
was
to you.
ordering shit well done myself.
Yeah.
And people looking at me like, I'm with restaurant owners and they
Yeah.
like,
It's
We
hard to
don't-
it's hard
we
to
don't really
execute.
do that.
It's hard to execute because like you gotta realize it's
it's not something they normally do.
Yeah,
like
it's-
they
it's-
know that you don't come to steakhouses if you order some shit well done. Like
So like, do you think like certain types of steaks have to be cooked a certain way, or they all should really be done like medium well? Like,
they all should be done
No.
medium.
Okay,
in my
okay.
a medium.
cause I
Yeah,
had some Wagyu once and it was pretty good. I think it was like medium well though.
there's
Yeah.
certain cuts you can't overcook because like
Yeah.
they're meant to be more tender cuts of
Yeah.
meat. So
Especially
like
ribeyes, yeah.
Honestly, a lot of this shit is some mind shit. Like if you didn't see some of the steak that was medium or even medium well or whatever, if you didn't see it and you just took it with a fork and ate it, you'd be like, this fire. But then once you look at the plate and you're like, it's a little blood on there, you're like, oh hell no. Cause it's like mental.
My brain automatically say, so you just want to feed me the cow? Is that what it is? You want me to go run up to the cow and bite that motherfucker myself? Is that what it is?
now, I
Which is
get it.
understandable. I
You
mean,
think,
cause I come
pick up a
from
cow or
like
something?
my grandma, my mama, everybody be like, you don't eat no shit that ain't well done.
Yeah.
Nah,
So I'm
nah.
going to restaurants.
Everybody
Oh,
told me medium well.
Yeah, medium well.
And that's how it is with me. So like y'all might look at me crazy, but like I don't like my burgers all the way well done. I don't. Like I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
I
I
don't
don't. I don't.
But I don't, honestly, I don't know how to order it. I don't know how to order burgers and tell them like, don't make it like well
Charred.
done
Yeah.
because I don't want it medium. I don't want my burger medium either.
Yeah. Cause
And I don't really want it medium well. I just
You
want
want
it
to have
like
just
perfect.
a tight little pink.
yeah,
It's a
like
tight,
perfect.
tiny.
All right, so
I like
so
Monster
what's a
Pink in
what
it a
was
little
what's a bad fast food experience that you had? Like not going on like not
The worst, the one that made me
Yeah,
really
yeah.
quit eating fast food. So
yeah.
I had just graduated from IUPUI, and I used to smoke a lot of weed, so be high as hell and then go get some food. I went to Taco Bell,
oh boy.
but at this time I'm in like transition. I'm working a job, but I'm still doing food blogging stuff, so I'm having fresher food. Like that's what really gets me away from fast food. Like eating so much fresh food that it's like fast food just it don't satisfy me because it's like I eat a lot of fresh shit, even if I cook at home or something. Anyway, I went to Taco Bell, and I'm high. Like, I left a little session. You know how sessions be.
Yeah.
Might smoke a couple blunts. So, I'm in line, and I ordered hella food. I ordered, like, a crunch wrap. I ordered a couple tacos, like, some nachos, different shit where I'm like, when I get home, me and my roommate, we can split this or whatever. I don't care. I'm just high. In the drive-thru, pulled up a little bit because they was bringing me some more stuff out. I took a bite of the taco, and I'm like, this shit just fake. Like, this ain't real. I literally, like, took the bag of the tacos I had because I was waiting on other shit, threw it out the window, pulled it off.
You know what's crazy? This
I
man
ain't
is
Taco
high.
Bell
He is
since.
high.
And I was high. That's
He's
what fucked me up because even when I was, like,
If
not
you have
high
bad-
no more, I'm like, this ain't right. And that's what made, like, I'll still eat fast food to this day, but
If you
like, I
high-
won't eat Taco Bell, and it's just different shit where I'm like, I was high.
If you hire drunk and you taste some bad food, man, that
That
this
food
shit's
weak.
trash.
Oh,
Like,
God,
bro.
that shit
Over.
weak, bro. Oh God.
So that was like, and I remember the exact Taco Bell. Like,
So
exactly.
I'm gonna say this. So say like if fast food was cooked restaurant style, would it be better? See, and
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so,
what I'm
because I
saying.
would-
Maybe,
like
yeah, I
if
guess
Taco
so.
Bell really had, like Taco Bell really pouring beef out of bag.
Yeah, it's nasty.
If they
as
really
hell.
had ground beef on the grill, chopping him up, you know what I'm saying? Because I like fast food I fuck with is like, I like Five Guys. I like
like
Shake
fast
Shack,
casual,
like,
fast casual. Yeah,
people who really like they using real stuff is just still considered to be fast food.
because they're faster cooking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever watched that movie called The Founder? It's basically like the dude that founded McDonald's, but like back.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I did. I watched it.
yeah,
I watched it on
yeah.
Netflix.
No, if you watch back when they really came, like McDonald's really started, like they used to do all this shit fresh.
but
Like
he
everything
said,
was fresh.
Fuck that. Let's get this bread. I respect. I'm a businessman too. Like I get it. Like McDonald's
said,
always
"Fuck
cracking.
that."
It ain't nothing nobody.
He said
can
we
say
gotta
about
be faster
McDonald's.
and faster
It's
and
always,
faster.
It's always cracking. Like it's
Yeah.
nothing you nobody. We
They had a burger done in
And-
48
and-
seconds.
And the original owner didn't even want to expand at first.
that let
but-
you know that
That's
shit ain't like
crazy.
that.
48 seconds.
Because he wanted it to be pure,
Yeah.
but that always come down to like goals and what people trying to do, whatever.
And
you're
that's
doing.
why I feel, I'm not saying Steak and Shake, like,
No, Steak and Shake was busting.
yeah, but I feel
High
like
school, man, that
now
was a spot.
it's more like Steak and Shake, like they're,
They weak as fuck now,
Yeah.
gang. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They tried.
Steak
I
and
ain't
Shake
been to
weak.
one in a minute.
Yeah, it's weak as fuck.
Last
now.
time I had
A
it
lot
when I
of them
worked there.
closed.
I worked there back when it was like what 2016,
Y'all was putting
17.
fresh patties on the grill.
Yeah, my mama.
Hey, listen,
that's
bro.
different. Even if it ain't the best beef, it's still fresh beef
Yeah.
opposed to McDonald's shit coming frozen, cuz.
Oh God.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, the most craziest shit that shocked me with Steak and Shake was knowing that they had a chicken sandwich the whole time.
They have a chicken sandwich?
They had.
how do y'all not know this?
Stop. When?
Bro,
Bro,
they
I
been
knew
had
they
a
had
chicken
tenders.
sandwich.
I knew they
No,
had
they
been
had a chicken sandwich.
Bro, they been had it, bro.
Like we talking about, okay,
a chicken.
not just pickles.
No. Chicken sandwich. Like
stop it.
the mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato.
Stop.
I ain't gonna lie, I
I,
never knew that
I
either.
swear on everything I
Yeah,
love.
hell,
Secret menu.
How
item.
I listen, how I found out about it was the most fucked up shit because I'm with my brother.
Yeah.
And he got his little brother with him. And we drunk as hell, bro. Like we toe up. We like, yeah, we finna go to Steak and Shake. I'm hungry as hell. So we go there and I'm like, what you about to get? And his little bro, he really don't like eating meat. Like he don't like eating beef.
Yeah.
Like he really just like chicken and stuff like that. He was like, shit, I'm about to get a chicken sandwich. Everybody looking at him like, what you talking about?
Where
Nigga,
you at?
we had
Where?
Steak and
You had a
Shake.
steak burger
home,
place.
home of the steak burgers, bro. He said, no, they got chicken sandwiches. I said, nah, bro, you cap. He said, bro, I'm about to go in here. I'm about to order me a chicken sandwich. I said, all right, cool. So he go in there. He like, yeah, can I get a chicken sandwich with cheese, lettuce, and mayonnaise? They was like, yeah, coming up. I said, nah, hold on.
Threw you all the way off.
I said, hold on, stop the motherfucking show. Wait a minute. I looked at the lady. I was like, y'all got chicken sandwiches? She's like, yeah, we do. I was like, so how long have y'all had chicken sandwich? They're always there. They just,
They don't
they don't
promote
really
it.
promote it because
It's not really on a
They
menu.
want you
too.
to come get burgers.
it's
yeah.
steak burgers. I said,
Same with chicken tenders.
bro, give me a chicken sandwich. Bro, when I
Bust.
say it was bussing, bro, it was so
They chicken
motherfucking.
tenders be
Listen, bro,
bussin' too.
it was
Nah, I
so
had to get the
fresh.
chicken tenders,
It was
yeah.
so fresh. It was so crispy and crunchy,
Right,
bro.
'cause they
I
can't have
said,
that
bro,
under the
this
light, 'cause everybody
is
ain't ordering
nuts.
them.
I
Exactly.
said, bro, this ain't real. I was like, I've been coming here for how long and just figuring out that Steak and Shake had a chicken sandwich,
Yeah, I'm low key shitty now.
bro,
Yeah,
and
I
they
know
don't
that.
got it no
the
more.
chicken Frisco melt, they're in there to go crazy.
You hear me? But listen. This is how fucked up it was. Like, I swear to God, I feel like once I caught on to it, after that, they stopped doing it. Like, they stopped selling chicken sandwiches. They
it-
cut it off.
Like
I
told the whole
said,
world.
You know what pissed me off about Steak and Shake?
Damn.
They stopped mixing and matching regular flavors. That's when I stopped going to Steak and Shake. Like when I couldn't mix banana and vanilla, bro.
When they stopped doing that?
Bro, they don't mix it no more.
See, if I was working there, you would have got it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, bro. Well, I was
Banana,
like,
that
y'all
sound crazy.
Like, bro, it's fire, bro. Like, if you mix them both, bro, with no whip, for one, I hate whipped cream. I'm just gonna-
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. The most place that I'm really
Wait, hold on, wait. You used to work there before, right?
Yeah.
Is that real ice cream?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is
For
it
real?
ice cream paste?
I thought it was
No, it's real ice cream. No, it's real ice cream. It
I
come
thought it
like
was
a-
shake base.
Huh?
Like a shake base. So
It's
almost
literally
like a powder.
it's real ice cream.
Wait,
bro.
how long ago did you work there?
This is probably what junior year. It's probably around like 2016.
Nah,
16.
it's shake base now.
It's shake base.
Nah, they probably
How
changed.
you say it tastes different?
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
When I worked there, it came in a big ass tub. You feel
It's
me? And then you just put it
it's
in
ice
there.
cream paste now.
You would
Yeah.
pick it. You would come in a big tub. You take the scoop, then you would mix it in there, and then with the milk and all that stuff. But nah, what I was about to say was the most place that I'm really fucked up about that's not as trash now is Rallies, bro.
Oh yeah,
Rallies
they
used to
did
be
rallies
so
bad.
good, bro. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
rallies.
They
was
did
a-
They
rallies
fries
bad.
was on
Yeah,
10.
them fries was busting. Big Buford. That
Big
motherfucker
Buford
was
was
my
busting.
mom. I used to work there too. I worked there when I was like a fresh. That was my first
Okay,
job.
yeah.
That was my first job. Like, man,
All
I was
them
about to
closed
get
down.
fat in that bitch.
Them
Yeah.
mozzarella sticks, boy.
Oh, y'all niggas slept on the wings though. A lot
The
of people-
wings?
They had rally
Oh,
wings,
no.
bro. They rally wings was heat, bro. Tell them to get it
No.
fried hard. I'm telling you, it was good.
I'd rather go to a Papa John's and get wings than get rally.
Oh, hell
wings,
no.
G.
You're different.
No.
Get out.
You
Y'all
say
never had
bake my shit 3 times.
I'm
Get out. Get out
Nah, bro.
right
You
now.
never had Papa John's
You
wings?
need to exit immediately.
Bro, Rallies had
bro.
the best sauces, bro. Like on their wings,
Listen,
dog.
bro. I'm with Boogie on this. You need to exit.
Y'all never had Papa
immediately.
John's wings.
No, it's trash.
I'm
bro.
talking well done.
You talking about them rubbery ass wings? Hey, listen,
Like,
camera.
wing- I just
2
had Papa
thumbs
John's,
down, bro. Listen, bro, they couldn't fry them bitches hard if they want to. Thumbs down, bro. No, sir. Them wings is ass.
Y'all had the spicy chicken at Rallies before?
yeah.
Yeah, that shit was gas too.
Nah,
Okay.
fuck all that,
Rallies
bro.
did used to bust.
They had a tropical smoothie.
Man, look, man. Rallies is cool. It's just like, that's what I'm going to say. It's almost like, I'm not saying they don't care about making new food. Is that when they drop something new, it's just like something they have every single time.
He said,
it's nothing different.
It's nothing extra about
It's,
it, right?
it's something with Taco Bell, bro. Like they just do it in a different way.
Hey,
It's-
listen, the chicken tenders with the fry seasoning was low key it, bro.
I don't care what
So how y'all feel about when Popeyes dropped the chicken sandwich? Then
Oh,
It
yeah.
knew.
Oh, I got some words.
I ain't gonna lie.
it was
knew.
Listen, bro.
busting.
I was a tough critic on the chicken sandwich, bro. I swear to God, I waited till the hype passed because niggas was going so much there, bro.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
was a line.
I was like,
I'm not
man,
waiting in line at
I'm not
Popeyes
waiting.
like that.
I'm not waiting in line for that. And I was like, and it can't be that motherfucker good. I was then at shitty because I'm like, bro, why niggas talk about this chicken sandwich so much? You feel me? Like
You
why-
wanted not to like it when you
I
pulled
wanted
up.
exactly, bro. So I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit bust for like 7 months, like 7-8 months straight. You
No,
feel me?
it did.
Yeah, it bust for like 7-8 months straight, like no
yeah.
cap. So after that 8 months, no cap, I went and got it, and I said, God damn, this motherfucker low key smash.
Yeah.
That's that sauce,
I said, what the? Nah, it's the chicken,
the
bro.
chicken.
That chicken,
crispy.
Good.
bro.
It-
The crunchiness
okay.
to the chicken was nuts.
I just wish, know what I mean, like, okay, like how we discussed earlier about how chicken shake sandwiches are made. Like there's chicken sandwiches. I like more of like variety of like items I can put on my chicken sandwich.
Oh my god.
Know what I mean?
Here
So
we go.
like, what you mean? Here we go. I like the pickles is cool.
onion.
No, like the pickles is cool. It's a pickle is cool, but it's like almost like, okay, I'm more of a vegetable guy when it comes to sandwiches. So like I like more vegetables on my sandwich.
So you love Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, got you.
They deluxe is good
but,
though.
I mean, even with that, one of my rules when I go to restaurants is like, I'm gonna try it exactly like y'all make it.
Mm-hmm.
No other way. Like,
That's
however y'all do it, that's how I want it.
Yeah.
Because I can't be out here advertising or promoting or letting people know about
tell you-
things
I'll
if
tell
I'm
you
like,
what.
well, hold that or no, don't put this
Man.
duck sauce. And I'm like,
But
even
I mean,
though in my mind, I'm like,
finna
I don't really know how this
say,
shit gonna
don't
be.
you? So do you get it how it come, and then you go and make your own customized to it and give that off too as well? You see what I'm
No.
saying? If you want to do a little flavor my way, you can do it this way. You see what I'm saying? But
It depends on the type of place that
Right.
I'm going to. But normally what I'll do, if I go to a restaurant and I try 10 things and I only like 7, I'm only going to talk about 7.
right,
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if I was in a bigger market other than Indianapolis, I would be able to like be more honest and let people know
Okay.
why these three things didn't work. But I feel like, and I could be wrong, but being a black guy in Indianapolis trying to talk down on a white-owned place is probably not going to get me through
Yeah.
too many doors.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, this nigga gonna tell the truth all the way. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, it was still 7 things I like. I ain't gotta even talk about the other 3. So that's how I look at
You
it.
ain't gonna
but-
allow nothing.
All right, so with that being said, this kind of bring me to my next point.
Yeah.
What is a restaurant that you've been to that you feel like need more recognition that
In the- in
people
the-
kind of sleep on in the Midwest?
In the Midwest area. So we're not talking about Indiana.
Yeah.
All over.
Need more recognition.
that you feel like
And I'll
people
say, I
kind
mean-
of sleep on, but it just really like a slapper. Like,
I'll say white people ain't sleep on it here, but black people and, of course, across people who travel, but livery. Like
Oh,
livery.
I've been there. That's
Yeah.
good, bro.
But
Oh, my
look,
mama livery's good. And they empanadas is hitting.
Yeah, it's
I
like-
told y'all about that
Look,
place before, bro.
you ain't
Couple-
straight
yes,
up,
I
LB.
did, bro. I said I went there. I
it's-
told
y'all
y'all,
sleep
bro.
on it. Y'all
Y'all
sleep.
slept on it, bro.
Yeah.
I told y'all about
Yeah.
it, bro. I said it was heat.
So-
I mean,
That's my favorite restaurant
So,
in the
like-
city.
it's Latin food, bro. It's good
It's
as hell.
It's like Latin American. They say inspired, but they got
Bro.
empanadas. They
Bro.
got
Told
they
you
got
he would know.
motherfucking.
Bro,
See,
empanadas is heat,
up?
bro.
See, like tonight, I was going to Verde, but now,
Nah, go to livery.
Yeah, so now I'm going to Livery.
And it's devoured too, so you could probably
About to
you
let
get
me
like
go.
a 3 or 4 course meal for like $30.
slap. All right.
damn.
You know what I'm saying? You getting dessert. You getting you
No
can try
mas.
to hold. You could try to hold.
And they got good drinks, too. Yep.
Yeah, they margarita. They're in their best in the city too. If you like margaritas,
Damn, I ain't definitely putting
but
me
I
on
think
the
it need more
game.
I
recognition.
try to put you on.
They
my-
downtown.
It's crazy.
They got one downtown, one in Noblesville.
So okay, that's what I'm gonna ask you. So that's the thing with locations.
No, I went to the downtown one. It's good.
Go downtown.
Downtown?
I ain't
Okay.
never been to Noblesville.
Okay.
Yeah, downtown
I ain't
one
never
hitting.
went.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I used to down there be a regular in there because I used to be in there like it's just so good. Like I done tried the whole menu, and
Did they seem like they-
anybody I sent there, ain't nobody never told me nothing bad. Like I sent people a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, yeah, I don't know, this was good, but this wasn't good, or I ain't like it at all. And I be like, sorry, you know what I'm saying? Like I liked it. I'm sorry for real. But like livery one of them, like even my mom, she like super picky ass eater. Took her there about 3 times. She tried different shit every time. She like, no, this is good.
Yeah,
I
my
just
mom
don't
put
want to
me
keep
on.
coming to the same place because it's the same thing. But I'm like, but
Yeah.
now you getting different food though. It's good. But
Did
yeah,
they get rid of their wings? Because they had some fire ass wings,
they
too.
changed the menu. Sometimes they had a wing, sometimes they don't.
Oh,
But
so
they,
like they got
they
some-
put tacos on there. The only thing that they really keep on there is the empanadas.
The empanadas is
They got
so
like
good, bro.
ceviche. They got this paella, which is like rice with the chorizo.
Oh, yeah, I know.
With shrimp.
Oh, I
And then they got the scallops on there too with a couple different homemade sauces. They got the steak dish that's always on the menu. So
That's
it's
some
like
flavor.
skirt steak, and they got like this little, it's like fried grits. Shit fire. With broccolini. Then they got they red drum, which is like a fish dish. But that shit fire. I ain't gonna lie. They churros good. They flan. They ice cream or gelato, whatever the hell they want to call it.
Oh yeah.
It's like that.
and they flying good too.
But yeah, that's a place like no matter who come in the city, like whether it's a celebrity or just somebody I know, anybody, I always be like, nah, yeah. Pull up at Live. If you don't just want to go to a steakhouse and you want something that's like fancy, nice, and it still ain't that expensive, like pull up to Livery.
Okay.
Because before the pandemic, you could go on a date there and don't spend $100.
Damn.
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
it's like still nice and elegant.
Yeah,
like,
it
for
is.
real.
It's upper echelon, more than the 4-star range.
Yep.
Okay.
Try to tell y'all.
Shoot.
Man, that's crazy because you tell me a lot of locations, but I swear I've never heard you
I
speak
told
that.
y'all about
They
livery,
slap
bro.
on it.
I told y'all about livery, bro. Because I've been there a couple times. That's why I say it's good, bro.
But yeah, they wings is they put like a dry rub on them thing.
But y'all got to get empanadas when y'all go. Have to.
Yeah.
Y'all have to.
They
I get
got
the
chorizo, cheese, steak,
Lamb.
chicken, corn, lamb.
I get the lamb one.
They got like 6 different options.
Damn. What's your favorite place so far besides livery that you
In Indianapolis or just period?
period?
My favorite place that I tried in the last year that surprised me was Brooklyn Chop House in New York.
Ooh.
They had
Damn, I
like
wish I had went.
the range of menu they had there was crazy, but they had like these salmon bites that was like crazy. They were like teriyaki. They had fried rice, just a lot of shit that was super good. But yeah, outside of that, I done had so much shit. You just have to be like a specific food type for me to like.
What's your favorite,
Same.
like, I say, can you even answer this? What's your favorite state that you know is always cracking for food? Me, in my personal opinion, I think Texas is just hitting with food.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah, Houston, they food would be off the chain.
Yeah, Houston is like, it's crazy because you got so many cultures there. Like you really got truly got like black people who doing shit, who own restaurants, who really doing shit. But then you got a lot of different Asian cultures, which, you know, Asian is like Chinese, Vietnamese, Thai, like all of that.
Mongolian.
Then you got Mexican. Like you got all of that shit combined. And it's like, I ain't been there and it ain't been crazy, but I'm going to New Orleans in a couple
I was just
weeks.
about to ask you that.
And-
Like, are you going to New
and
Orleans?
I
I need
ain't
to
been
go
to
to
New
New
Orleans in like some years, but I feel like New Orleans is one of them places that I ain't never really heard nobody say they ain't have a good food experience.
Or any good experience at all. Like every person I know that went
Right.
to New Orleans, they always say they had a good time. I need
Yeah.
to go, matter of fact.
And I done been before, but
They be turned out there too.
Yeah, I'm going for Mardi Gras, so
Ah, yeah, it's gonna be
Hey,
It's gonna be
what
turned.
is that again?
2
My man
weeks,
gonna be
3
turned.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah, New Orleans, they get the turn. Like the only bad thing I probably heard they say about New Orleans is just the airport kind of got a little stench to it from the Katrina and stuff that happened like
That's
years ago.
cool.
But other than that, though, they said
A
New
lot of
Orleans-
airports dirty as fuck. Like
Oh, yeah.
Indianapolis,
No.
we really spoiled out
We got
here.
one of the
Like,
best airports
that-
I've seen.
It's up there.
Bro.
It's easy to get through.
Nah,
like
I wouldn't
it's
say that.
nice.
Yeah,
It's
Yes,
clean.
it, no, it's a real. We have a
I
really
mean, I
good
guess yeah,
airport.
clean wise, yeah.
In comparison,
yeah.
it's
Bro.
easy to get through. Like you might have to wait in the
Yeah.
morning sometimes,
I
late
tell
at
you
night,
what,
but
though.
it's easy
Yeah.
to get through.
Miami has one of the dirtiest airports I have ever seen.
All
Them
the
in
big
Fort
cities
Lauderdale.
airports dirty.
Oh, it
as
is
hell.
trifling. Oh
Vegas
my-
is too.
Yeah,
Vegas is
it's dirty.
Yeah.
You would think they got all this money, but they can't upkeep
They
they
don't
But you got to
care.
think it's a lot of people that's traveling there who don't give a fuck about them. Like Indianapolis,
They
it's
don't.
like we don't really care to do nothing in there because we trying to get
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And then when people come in, they normally coming for business.
This ain't a
People just
vacation state.
traveling
This ain't a
here, right.
vacation state.
But you
Yeah.
going to Miami and shit, it's like I'm going to have a good time. People down
They
there
put-
off
they
all
put-
kind of drugs and stuff.
They
so-
putting their money in other places
Yeah.
instead of the airports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so let's see what we got. All right, so how much does our culture affect social media?
when you say our culture,
Like, you know,
find that more.
more of like, you know, the black culture, like within hip hop, pretty much in all aspects. Like, you know, I feel like once a black face touch something, it becomes the new normal.
I disagree. Sometimes I feel like us as black people and the black culture, we try to take too much credit for shit because, especially with social media now, we live in the bubbles that we create for ourselves. So when we say, nah, like even now, like it's some people I go out and they be like, nah, everybody know about Mike G. And I'm like, no, they don't. Like, you know how many white rooms I walk in and people like, who the fuck is this? And they live in Indianapolis and been in Indianapolis. So sometimes I feel like we get ahead of ourselves with that.
Get an
I
ego.
feel like with TikTok and songs and things like that, with people doing the dances, black culture, of course, always gets manipulated through things. But it's a lot of people who like our music or like our culture who don't replicate the things that we do.
Right.
So they might know of us, but I don't feel like it's a situation where tons of white people are just stealing from black people when it comes to being creative. I feel like we're so much in these bubbles and we feel like, no, I seen everybody post this Lil Baby song, so everybody know about it. When everybody don't know about it, everybody don't know Lil Baby. Like, as crazy as it sound, but to everybody we know that they know the Lil Baby. But sometimes I feel like we try to take way too much credit for shit that's going on when a lot of shit, I feel like it was written, like shit is set up the way it's supposed to be. And even though we influence a lot of things, we aren't the reason why things are going the way they are. And that's why you see a lot of designers, especially in clothes and things, that be like, nah. Or like back in the day when Cristal and them like, I don't want y'all drinking my shit, Jay-Z, Dame Dash in the club. Like, I'm cool on y'all. Like,
Right.
y'all got the wrong people drinking my shit. I ain't saying they wrong. I ain't saying they right for doing that. That's some bullshit because at the end of the day, we still made y'all sales spike. But we only make it pop to a certain demographic.
But that's kind of the thing, though. You feel me? Because you got to think about it. If you're
We spend the
if
most
you,
money.
exactly, and if you're a brand and you want to increase your revenue,
Yeah.
I feel like we always been some of the biggest consumers.
No, we are.
Yeah, we
which is
always-
a detriment to us. And that's the difference.
That's true. That's true.
Other cultures know about us, but
Yeah.
they also.
But you got to think about it. Like, of course, like I said, it's crazy because in our minds we need to try to target a different demographic from us. You see what I'm saying? Automatically.
I don't think that either.
Like I feel like in general, like when you're building a business, like don't get me wrong, like of course you want to reach out to your people and kind of get them on board as well. But you want to be broader, and you feel me? The blue collar people mostly are like the white faces. You see what I'm saying? So like when you're black and you're building a business, if I walk into some of these white doors, I can potentially spread onto some of these bigger brands and bigger businesses, reach heights that not necessarily you can only reach through black businesses. But that's not to say that there aren't any black businesses that can't take you to those heights. But I feel, in my opinion, like when I think about it, I always say I want to go commercial. And when you hear go commercial, you think white.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, and I think that just comes with education and experiences because, in my opinion, you'd be dumb not to go commercial unless, and I mean, honestly, I was listening to this podcast today, and B Swift was on there. That's on the radio and everything, and he made a great point where he was like, because they asked him, like, would you want to go on, like, you never thought about going to another city? He like, well, one, this is home, and two, I know how much I could get paid in this industry, but three, I have to go and build relationships with the streets to go make this other 100,000 plus that I make a year, going to the clubs, doing this, doing that, doing everything else. And then when I think about clothing, I came up in streetwear with like Crooks and Castles, 10 Deep, Stussy, all of those things. A lot of people was mad when they technically sold out and they went and got a bag because they start being in like Zoomies and all these other places opposed to these small stores. So
Shoot,
it's really like,
that's how you get the bag.
Do you sell out and get the bag like Stussy and them, or do you be like, well, no, if I sell out, or I can't sell out because I got to stay home to the streets. It's like, it's just two different dynamics of like that person or that business and like what their goals are and what they want to do.
Right.
So like in B Swift thing, he like, no, I get all this extra money and I enjoy it. So it ain't really like it's that bad to me, but he still got to go work for it. Stussy, 10 Deep, and all of them, like, shit, would just cut me the biggest check, and I don't care what y'all do with the brand.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is he is his brand opposed to these brands is just some clothes.
Right.
So it's a hard dynamic, but I feel like going commercial is the smartest thing in the world to do if it's an exit plan, because if not, once you go commercial, like even me right now, if I went on Food Network and had a show, if I don't continue to elevate, or if I ain't got all my ducks in a row, or some people want to come out with some allegations or some shit, it's over.
Yeah.
So commercial come with a whole lot of other shit that you got to be able to keep up with, opposed to,
a lot of rules.
Do you want to make 200 a year, or do you want to go ahead and get this $1 million a year? But are you ready for what that $1 million come with? Because that might be your only $1 million.
We're representing you. Yeah, no, I mean,
So,
like, you can represent it.
I don't know. It's tough, and I feel like it's situational. But I do feel like sometimes, as leading the culture, we do lead it, we do inspire, we do create a lot of things that people steal from us. But in the current stage of social media, it's so many people who are influential into different people's lives that it's hard to try to take credit in this day and age.
Right.
Because it's hard to know who's first. It's hard to know a lot of things because if you go make a reel doing something right now, somebody could go copy you right now and they shit could be bigger and they can act like you never happened. Even though you like, no, I did this shit on the 25th. They did that shit on the 26th.
Yeah.
But it don't matter because like they bigger.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Know what I mean? Like, bro, it's especially within this era. Know what I mean? Every year, I'm not saying like culture changes, but like every year, especially social media culture is changing constantly to the point of like, know what I mean? Like we can't harbor a lot of stuff that happens within the Black culture to other cultures, because you gotta realize, know what I mean, we've been looked at. We've been like they're practicing what we do, what we say.
Like, we know they steal from us.
For sure.
We know that, but I mean, then again, bro, like it's almost like you can't go and say that they do because like they're getting.
You don't have enough manpower.
Yeah, and also, but like they're getting recognition in their own way, like too. At the same time, while they're trying, I'm not saying they're not copying. It's more they're like impersonating.
Right.
Like I it's not too extreme, but it's still impersonation. But of how they're doing it, they're still remaining to their true selves. But I feel at the same time, I'm not saying like we're the center, like black people are the center culture of everything that happens is socially, economically, just within our music, media, all that. I'm not saying we're not in the center board of that. We're a part of it, but not to sound like self-centered. Like we're not control of like we think we are, which is fine because I mean it's true in some parts, but then again, not fully.
It's just like one of those things. Like if a rapper, like even like recently, Lil Baby said, "We ain't wearing Mike Amiri no more," as if he was the person that made people wear Mike Amiris. Mm-hmm. You're not the sole reason why people were ever wearing that brand. Yeah. You bought that brand out of Saks. And I could be wrong. I don't want to be wrong, but it's not like you was in the mud with Mike Amiri while he might have been sewing shit or getting shit made over here, and you was wearing it and put it on, and that's what got it in the Saks. Yeah. By the time you wore it, it was already in Saks. Yeah. So something was already going. So
I mean,
that's what I'm saying about like that.
I get
false
what he's
sense
saying.
Of like,
nah,
I put you on.
See, I get what he's saying, and the reason why is because you got to think about it.
But that's to his
influence, his influence.
But that's to
him
his
being,
bubble.
Him
that's
being
not
this,
to,
not really just his bubble. You see what I'm saying? Like him being that big person, that big artist, that big name. Yeah. Of course, like you got to think about how sponsorships happen. Like that's how businesses really get those things out to these certain demographics. Like they be like, "Hey, can you wear my shit? Can you drink this? Can you promote?" That's so when he kind of said that, like. I get what he's saying, and of course, people still gonna wear fucking Mike Amiri. Like, come on.
But a lot of black people won't. A lot of black people won't cut it off.
Of course, a lot of black, of course, a lot of black people will definitely cut it off. But like, I get what you're saying. Like, he was not the sole heart of why Mike Amiri was. It was already a designer clothing brand, but. Kind of like how Tommy Hilfiger did. He was like, he really didn't care that black people wore his clothes. You see what I'm saying? He really wasn't targeting black people for wearing his clothes. And I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of mad because I'm like, damn, like, why you don't want us to wear your clothes? Like, what is it that we doing wrong with your clothing that you...
But that's like another slave thing within us to like always want to seek out acceptance from white people.
Exactly. And I was going to say that as well.
And it's just levels because on the flip side, like with Cardi, like in my opinion, with Lil Baby saying the Amiri shit, of course some people wore Amiris because of him, but them motherfuckers were so expensive, some people didn't even look at them.
Facts.
But when it came to like with Cardi on the Bodak shit, when she said the Balenciagas ones that look like socks, every bitch in the world had a pair. Mm-hmm. So like with that, of course she's not the reason. She didn't come up with the design. She didn't do nothing. But her saying that, every girl wanted a pair that looked like socks.
The sales. Yeah.
So in spurts, it can boost things.
Yeah, give you spikes.
But on the flip side, if you know clothes and you know fashion and everything, it's only key staple things that stay in people's lives forever. That shit was finna be over anyway, and we on to the next thing. Plus, you can't just take away all the history of what Balenciaga did before Cardi said that.
Right.
You can't downplay how she helped in that moment. But it's like, this shit is about longevity.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy because I just seen a thing on they said TikTok just announced that they got a thing called heating, and basically they could boost people's posts in order to make them go viral. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
No, it's a thing because you gotta realize like everybody. I'm not saying everybody can go viral at once, but you gotta realize there's always a control factor, especially when social media, like the algorithm of Instagram, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's Facebook and Instagram right now with choosing the right
it's control.
Song
It's control.
Mm-hmm.
It's all media control. I'm not saying it's damage control. It's more like sensor control. Like they can't have something overriding something that's more important than something. So like as anybody that's like the manager of that, they realize, okay, well, we need Super Bowl to be popping right now, but the NBA, this can't be popping right now while this is going on. So we're like the sales, like what we have to do, shorten the commercials, shorten the times, shorten how much you're gonna see it. It's all factored into one thing of what they want you to do. So like, it's the media control behind that is insane. Like what he was saying, like as a heating, it's heating. So like, I mean, like you're heating this while this is cooling off. I'm not saying that's not hot, but this got to be hotter right now,
right?
Because it's making more money to the brand, more money to the sales, more money to the know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. After I seen that shit with Balenciaga about the little child thing, I said, nope, I'm cool off that. Yeah.
All right, which is good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I agree with those things. Like, we should continue to take stands against brands who deliberately disrespect us.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that even adds more to the reason why we shouldn't overly support things.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I love Off-White because I love shit that Virgil was able to create.
Mm-hmm.
And this is even before he passed, but shit he was able to create. But even as a creative, he always, like, his mindset is what I'm like, I fuck with, because his thing was, it's too much great shit in the world to just go and recreate things. Like, what's the point? Like, you're going to spend too much time just trying to recreate the next best thing. So how about I make this pair of shoes, but it's based on 5 shoes I liked as a kid. So when it come together, it look like this, this, and this. How about I make this chair with IKEA, but it got a doorstop on it? And even though one of the legs is a doorstop, that ain't nothing that's super, creative or nothing. But at the end of the day, it's just something that's like,
It's unique.
well, that's cool. You still thought of that.
Yeah.
It ain't always about being the one that think of the most innovative
yeah,
thing in
and
the world.
being the first to do it.
It's just all about standing out and being unique, really. Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely be different by innovating. Like you don't have to be the first one to do it. Like you could be the one who thought of it a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to be the innovator, but you can innovate.
You can you can boost it in a unique way by doing it your way, which kind of changes it.
Yeah.
I ain't really think about it. I thought about it.
It's just like when it's just like
some
when
people call that stealing, you know.
But I mean, it's just like music, though.
But
I
it's
mean,
recycling.
it's just like music,
Right.
though. You know what I'm saying? You got the original trap artists who really made trap music, and then it trickles down to, you know what I'm saying, who heated it up more, you know what I mean? Or who turned it up more, you know? Trap music been around forever, but, you know, when Future came around, he just turned that shit up a whole nother notch.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think a food truck app would give more exposure to food trucks across the world?
Yeah. It's hard to find food trucks outside of, I mean, like I said, I travel, so, it's some places, which we used to even do here before the pandemic, like Food Trucks Fridays at Old National, but it's a lot of different cities where it's either locations where food trucks are at or certain days and times that they're at. But if you had an app, that was regulated, I think that it would definitely add more exposure.
That would blow.
But,
crazy.
At the same time, the more I'm on the east side and west side, I'm seeing fucking 5-6 taco trucks pop up a week on different sides of town where I'm like, are y'all even, like, I don't even know if I want to try it. Like,
it's like the little Jordan. It's like the Jordan shit. Right? It's like the Jordan shit. On my mama. That's what it's on.
I'm gonna give you the one the taco trucks I go to. That's the ones I go to.
Okay.
The one out east is the one I go to. It's on Pendleton Pike. That's a good one.
Which one?
Pendleton Pike and what? That's a long street.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
You know where Popeyes is at on Pendleton?
It's okay. I
like that.
Okay.
It's like by a pawn shop.
Yeah, I didn't mean.
Yeah, that one good. That one, and then there used to be this one on Arlington, and what by like Washington Street. That one used to be good, but I don't know what. I think they just left. But and then there's this one over here on where is it at? Like I think like Prospect Street and like Keystone, and it's like a little restaurant. You know what I mean? You go in there, but it's good though.
I just feel since like there's so much on the move, like you gotta think about it, they're mobile regardless, but they're how much they're on the move. If they're able to, okay, I'm here today, or I'm here that day. And saying,
No, yeah, that's why I say the app would be
yeah,
dope.
that would be crazy. Because I mean, you gotta realize. I mean, then you start pulling in, like, say, like on the app, like whoever's in like your general for like proximity. So like they're within like, okay, like 15, 10 miles, 5 miles, 8 miles. Like it tells you how close they are and where they're at for the night or the day. You can go there, but like in the app, I mean, you know where they're gonna be at, but you can see them still 50 miles away. But say you're like once you're closer, you get introduced to new trucks and new, I mean, stuff like that, which is crazy. I'm really surprised. I don't know if it's still like it's not an app
I'm not
out
gonna
there.
lie. I think they should have a food truck area where
They are.
they could just.
So they do it for certain things, but
Yeah.
then
Nah, I think they need a permanent area
park,
where
food
food
truck
trucks
park.
are together.
I mean, I
They
agree,
had one. I don't know what
but
happened
then
to
what
it.
happens this time of year? Because motherfuckers ain't going outside.
Ain't
If
going
we
outside.
get snow for 3 months, people not going.
In the summertime, that
like,
would
I
That's
be
mean,
just how
crazy.
Indianapolis works.
I feel like they'll be able to park it there.
Yeah,
you feel me?
they
Like
have
they
them.
should be able to park it there. And
But
just,
you gonna go and pull up?
I mean, see, this is what I'm saying. So,
But you have to be willing. I gotta be willing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta be willing, because that's the shit. Because that makes it a brick and mortar. It
Right.
ain't no point of it being a truck if I'm always here.
yeah, I'm not saying that.
saying.
I'm not saying like they shouldn't have like a main headquarters, because you know most food trucks have like a restaurant, unless they just going strictly food truck. But
A lot of them, just
like of
straight
course,
food trucks.
yeah, of course. I get what you're saying, where they should move to, you know, where the most traffic is, of course. You know what I mean? But if they have a general area where they'll be 9 times out of 10, people will definitely go
Oh yeah.
all the time
All the
because they
time.
know it'll be there. Like,
But
Yeah.
the main thing with, especially with food, but any business, is like your product has to be good.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You know, because you could just have a food truck and that shit ain't really that. So it's like, well, I'd rather just go to this Mexican spot, or I'd rather just go here or there. But I mean, they got a lot of creative freedom, because they could be pulling up to, if I had a food truck, I'd be at 2-3 different businesses a week at 11:30, and I'm coming here 12:30. I'm coming here 1:30. Like, it's a lot they could do because they mobile.
They
Right.
mobile.
And then at night, like you say, on nights you got 3.
They close
maybe
when they
4 or
wanna
5
close.
days a week,
Yeah.
and you can park different
They
locations.
close when they want to close.
You want that after the club traffic on the
It's a
weekend.
lot that you could do,
Yeah.
but it's I think it's called the Indianapolis Food Truck Alliance, and they, like, outside of 465, a lot more is allowed than inside of it. They regulate, and they be on a lot of nonsense, or BS as I would call it, because they want to be able to make money, or they want to be able to create those places, like you say, where it's like, well, no, if you're gonna be there, then we need to have at least 2-3 other people from our food truck alliance. And it's
Right.
like, well, hell no, this building want me to come, but they get to, a lot of shit be politics that hold
Yeah,
Indianapolis back, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, it's still a super conservative place, and it ain't even being held back to a lot of people who in control. They feel like it's right on par for what they want.
right.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, it's an idea.
But no,
Yeah,
app
it's
would
an
be
idea.
dope, because
That
like
would
you
be
said,
crazy.
like it's because I'll be on the west side, and it's literally been a taco truck that I tried before, never got the IG or nothing,
38th,
and it's fire. No, it's on Washington.
Washington.
It's an orange truck.
I know you're talking about.
At the Shell gas station where it used to be a Shell.
Mhm.
Bus, and they always got a line. But I just couldn't find them. And I'm like, I don't even know how I could find them. And then I just end up, somebody had posted or something. I'm like, let me make sure I follow them. And then I seen all their hours and stuff, so I know. But to your point, if I knew I could get on the app and I put in that I'm on the west side, or however it would work,
Yeah, geolocation.
all I got to do is see a picture of the food or a picture of the truck, and I know this the one that I want to go to.
Yeah.
Right.
But it been months since I've been, and I try to pull up over
Bro,
there, and I'm like, this
that
motherfucker ain't
would
nowhere to
blow.
be found.
Like that would blow.
But now
like,
I know Wednesdays through Saturdays they out there 6 to 12. Cool. But
If they had did the food truck part, and they can just like have something to where like it's like a cycle between different food trucks
route,
every week.
like
yeah,
a route.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
in the
Like
summertime, that would go in.
it would, because in Texas they was
Yeah.
doing that. It was a whole
even
food
even
truck part.
Fort Wayne do it.
Bro,
I've been
that
to
would
Fort
go-
Wayne, and Fort Wayne do it. Fort Wayne got a little water area, kind of like how we got the canal, and they line up probably like 8 trucks. You know what I'm saying? And people just go out there. They be sitting by the water, just like we got the canal. It's just, I don't know why Indianapolis
Now
doing
they
the shit we be on.
They
but
do got an event. They do like around springtime, and it'd be like a little food truck part, but it only lasts for like probably like 2 weeks. but they do it and it just be a whole bunch of food trucks over there.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like they be having little events. Like even in my neighborhood, they got an event coming up. I think in like the end of March, and it's gonna be like a little food truck thing for like a week or something, like
Yep.
a little park or something.
I was gonna say I seen something before. There was like a food truck park.
Yeah, it was the
before.
thing I sent you.
Yeah,
It was on
that-
southeast.
yeah,
it was on
that-
out here. Yeah.
I mean, like I say, before the pandemic, Old National, and they did it for some years. It used to be called like Food Truck Fridays, and it was dope. I mean, it was janky because you got to pay $10 to get in before you even spend money on food. Like that's janky because you ain't really, y'all supposed to be helping
The city got to get
put people
paid.
on. Exactly.
Yeah, the city got to
I
get
already
paid.
got paid to park them downtown, all this other stuff, but it was cool because you could go and get some different food trucks.
Nigga
and
done
stuff.
spent $50 to get a $15 meal.
Exactly.
Hey, you gonna be shitty. You gonna be like, damn, I just spent the honey bun that quick.
And that's some of the gatekeeping stuff that these white people in positions of power do in Indianapolis because they know they're going to keep a certain demographic away when it's like, no, I got to pay to park and pay 10 to get in just to get some food. Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just having random people pull up.
But
Yeah.
they know who going to pull up and going to pay that $10 plus parking, which some of us will.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, everything that I try to do, I try to make it to where everybody who, especially because I do stuff with my wine and everything, but anybody who 21 and older and black should be able to afford the things that I do.
Yeah.
And that's important to me because my whole reason for starting everything that I do is I was fortunate enough to be able to experience things, and I just wanted to show people and show them like you can experience things too. But then the second part of it is but the next time I go on Roof Chris, I want to go in there and there's 70 of us in there. Like I don't want to be the minority every restaurant I go to because I don't gotta be. We all like to go eat out and go out to eat to different places.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't got to continue to go to these same chains of Red Lobsters and Olive Gardens and all these different things and pay these same premium prices for product that's definitely not as good as these places over here. Just like livery I mentioned, like livery, your bill gonna be the same price if you go to Red Lobster and you have a meal, you have an appetizer, and you get a drink. The same price, but everything is fresh.
Yep.
But you ain't gonna go because you gotta pay the park or for whatever various reasons based on, how you live your life. Or you just might not know about it.
Yep. Yep. I feel like them food trucks really be busting like
Nah,
that.
food trucks, yeah.
Because it's
Maybe-
so fresh. It's
yeah.
literally off the grill. Like,
It be hot too.
the grill.
I had some. I was at this little event a couple months ago. This food truck, they was selling soul food egg rolls. Dog.
Damn.
Yeah, that sounds
Have you
crazy.
ever?
Man.
That sounds crazy.
I was gonna say, have you ever been to Wing
Yams
Fest
and mac and
here?
cheese.
Wing
Egg rolls.
Fest?
Yeah.
No, I ain't never been to Wing Fest. Where's that at?
So it's this thing. I forgot when they hosted, but
It's like in the summertime.
yeah,
though.
yeah, they host this thing called Wing Fest. But the only thing about it was like,
Where is it at?
It's like downtown. You remember where they used to do like the Black Expo? They used to have a Rib Fest and stuff like that. It's kind of.
I ain't from out here.
Oh, okay. Well, they used to do it like kind of around the Black Expo time, and
Mhm.
it was kind of like around that area, kind of like downtownish. Yeah.
but basically the thing with Wing Fest was I was like, damn, they give you access to so many different variations of wings, but of course, the ticket to get in is crazy. So imagine giving somebody like, I think it was like was it like $50 or $70 a person to get in?
Yeah.
So
Well, do you get to try every
yeah, you
place?
get to try everything in there.
That's a deal, in my opinion, because if not, if it's 10 places and you had to at least just go get a 5-piece wing or whatever from that place, you got to spend at least 50% more because you're going to spend $10 to $12 at each place trying to try their food.
Right.
So at least you get to try whatever. But the Chicken and Beer Fest is dope, and they do that every year. You get to try beer and wings from different places in the city. But yeah, my perspective is different, like I say, just because I've been fortunate enough to be in position and try different things. So those experiences I appreciate because, like me getting into wine, beer, everything was because of Fest, and I paid $50, $60 to get in. But the fact that I went to a beer fest, now I know what kind of beer I like.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm always either trying a beer, not liking it, trying it at somebody's house, or going to a restaurant and spending $6, $7, $8 and not liking it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't fuck with beer. And it's like, well, no, I just don't fuck with these kinds of beers, but I like this.
Okay.
All right.
So what's some game you can kind of give to somebody that's like getting into like the food review type of things, like
food review.
like when you go out and you like, okay, when you first really started, be like, okay, I kind of want to blog. I kind of want to talk about, I want to go out, eat good food.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to, share my experiences with people about what it is that I eat and, let people know whether or not. Let me make sure. So, like, what is some game that you can kind of give to them people? Like, where should they start?
If you're trying to get into food blogging and doing things, the one thing I'll say is, especially now because videos are popular, you got to make reels, you got to make TikToks. So you need to know how to use your iPhone because you probably have an iPhone, and it's powerful. Number 2 is spend money. Like, don't just try to hit places up and say, well, I'm going to do this for you. Like, just go ahead, spend the money, get your name out there, but be consistent with that good quality content over a 12-month span. Like, this shit don't come overnight.
That.
You know what I'm saying?
I needed to hear
so
that.
if you need to spend money 2-3 times a week out to eat in order to make good reels and good videos, which you probably don't have to now because the way shit is going, you probably won't have to do it that long. And especially if you're a beautiful woman, like, your shit could blow up fast just off you being a woman. And men and women want to see women. But if you're a guy and you like me, the main thing is you're going to have to spend the money. Make sure that you at least show the offering. One thing, you could, like I said, what I do, I try to be as positive as possible and highlight good things. On the flip side, you could be a true critic and you could talk about the things you don't like, the things you do like. You can rate things, but you got to find your niche, whatever your niche might be. Like, my niche is showing people new places, showing people good food. My niche ain't telling people they crab legs suck. That shit nasty. Like, that ain't. But it's some people who going dumb with that. So I can't tell you what your niche is. And then outside of that is just be genuine and build relationships. That's with people online. That's with restaurant owners. That's with the people who work in the front counter, anybody, because you never know who nobody is. And then lastly, it's just about being professional. Don't utilize your social media account like it's your social media account. You are a business and it's your business social media account. Of course, you're going to do things that you are personally doing, but it's not about you. Right. It's about your business. So
protect the brand.
Who is your business? Yeah, like, protect your brand. Like, because it's so many people that I might see that, like I can't bring you to a restaurant with me, beautiful woman, cool dude, whatever, and we doing all these different things, and then tomorrow you on there smoking a blunt. We don't live in LA.
Yeah.
Like, it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand your market and understand who that you're trying to connect with.
Facts.
So the market research is whose attention are you trying to grab? What businesses are you trying to work with? And how do you make that synergy come together?
Right.
So if your demographic, you want to target people in LA and you out there, of course you can smoke. It's legal. And go to Denver, it's legal. But you can't be out here turned up, overturned in the club, talking shit in the camera, doing this, doing that. And you can, it might work. I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm saying
these fucking wings
my
good
advice,
as shit.
No, and you could do that, you know what I'm saying? But you can't be on here talking about on the 5, on the G, these bitches busting.
Oh, phone them, these wings is
You know
hit.
what I'm saying? Like,
That's
it
Mike right there.
might work. You know what I'm saying? It might work. I'm not saying it won't, but at the end of the day, in a place like Indianapolis, I feel like it's a little more conservative, and having that crossover appeal, like you say, somewhat selling out a little bit, is what can help you grow, because at the end of the day, it depends on your goals. Like, my goals is to get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, money ain't got, it don't matter. It don't matter who looking at my videos. But at the end of the day, like I said, I know a lot of people who talk shit about food online, and they make a lot of money too. Because you got restaurants who be like, well, nah, hell nah. Come here and try mine. I know you ain't gonna say that about mine. And Dude might go and be like, yeah, 6 out of 10. It's
Damn.
fine.
Shit.
But
Damn.
you still get that exposure, and he's still gonna highlight the things that he like. It's just the way in which he deliver it,
Right.
or the way in which she deliver it. But I feel like be positive, be honest, don't lie, be professional.
I kind of want to
run up a
ask. So,
bag.
was there a restaurant that you did have, and like some of the things that they wanted you to try on the menu was like, I ain't gonna lie, this shit nasty.
Oh, like I told y'all, it's a lot of restaurants I done been to and shit wasn't good, but I don't post it. You know what I'm saying? I keep those things off the camera,
Right.
Yeah.
because to me it ain't worth it. I feel like as a black person in Indianapolis, Indiana, trying to make it by posting food,
You should just
I
stick to
shouldn't be
stick to
negative
the ones
about
that,
things.
that
But if
that
somebody
was good.
come in my DM and ask me like, "Oh, you went to so and so, how was the Rancho Cucamonga burger from there?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I tried it, but that shit, I didn't like it. Like that shit wasn't good." Or boom, boom, boom. But I'm not gonna do that publicly because I
Yeah.
don't feel like in Indianapolis it's enough places, plus the key holders and gatekeepers in the city. They gonna X me out of here quick. Ain't no restaurants gonna want to fuck with me. Everything, just like I said, everything is still a bubble.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's not like everything everybody knows about. Like, so I just try to be as honest as possible with the people, while also delivering to the people that I'm working with.
Yeah.
But I
So-
still want these people to go to this place for these things. You know, but
So you just pretty much highlight the things that you really like and really
Yeah.
valued out of the restaurant, even if there was some things that they wanted you to necessarily try, and you was like, I really wasn't feeling it. You just like, you know what? That's cool that I wasn't feeling
Yeah.
it. We not even gonna talk about it. We just gonna talk about how these was so great.
yep. Normally I'll do that. And
That's
then,
like
and then if I like, I've worked with like Mountain Dew, Dunkin' Donuts, Toyota, shit like that. So when I work with places like that, I feel like the people who follow me understand that this shit is just strictly paid. Like,
right.
you know, I'm talking about this Mountain Dew because it's a check. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you think that
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
like this yellow Mountain Dew, that's on you, and I might. You know what I'm saying? But it's just it's a degree of separation between going to local places and then working with national brands that some people don't necessarily rock with. But it just everything go based on, you know, experiences and everything.
What was you
else.
doing
But
with Toyota? They let you test drive a car?
yeah, they sent me on a road trip. So I went to Tennessee, I went to Memphis, and then I went to Nashville, and then came back. So I had the car for like 2 weeks.
Damn, you went all the places in 2 weeks?
Yeah, so they wanted me to go to Michigan or Nashville, but it was like, I think it was like October, and I'm like, I don't really want to go to Michigan. It's going to be a little bit colder. Let me go to Tennessee. So I drove to Memphis, and I was there for like 3 days, and I was in Nashville for like 4 days, and then I came back, and I had the car for like another week.
Damn.
Do you feel you have your dream job? Like well, what you just described to me, that's just crazy. Like you,
Nah, yeah, I mean, between everything that I do, because I got a clothing brand, I got my own wine, I'm a food influencer, blogger, all of that. And then I work with Hang Time, you know, the shoe store in the city, staple in the city, and I get to like design merch, handle marketing, run a website, do e-commerce, do all those things. So like everything I'm doing now is like, yeah, I'm finally at a place where I feel like everything I'm doing is like shit that I dreamed of.
Okay.
But then it's like once I get there, I still don't monetarily have the lifestyle that I want.
yeah.
So it's just about how do I continuously grow the things that I love to do.
Yeah.
But I've been through the mud working. I probably had 30 different jobs. You know what I'm saying? So
Man.
Hey.
I understand everything that everything else come with. So I'm like, nah, I'm going to just keep tapping in, making sure that whatever I'm doing is shit that I want to do and I love, and keep building off of it.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Man. But we about to wrap up, you feel me? I know you gotta be some places as well, so like I said, we gonna shorten the show a little bit. So how we like to end the show is we kind of just like to give off some kind of motivation, some kind of game, you know, whether it be for like business or either what you do. You see what I'm saying? What's something you can kind of give to, you know, anybody if they're in pursuit of entrepreneurship or whatever it is that they're trying to go for?
So, especially entrepreneurship, but even more so just life, say that you just gotta be persistent and be consistent. And so, like, I lost a lot of people coming up in life. So one thing that I live by that keep me going is life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. So you have to learn how to adapt within that. So you just got to understand, especially in business, that nothing is personal. You going to have ups, you going to have downs. But it's like on the movie Blow, when the dad said, damn, I can't think of the exact quote, but basically he was just like, you know, when you up, you always think it's good. And when you down, you never think you will be up again. But life goes on. And that's truly how things go. But you have to be like mentally strong through those things. But then furthermore in business, you have to, of course, put the work in, gain your respect, understand and know the industry that you want to be in, continuously do that, build connections. Don't expect nobody to hand you nothing. Like, you got to continuously just work. And then even when you feel like you made it, it won't be as satisfying as you think it will be. So just continue to work and just work. Like, that's all I do. I mean, and even now, like, coming to the podcast here, of course, it's not like y'all the Breakfast Club or nobody else, but I'm not going to turn this down. It's a dope opportunity with some dope people, and I feel like we could build. We got connections. Everybody in this room got connections to different people, and we can all continue to build together however we can. And to me, shit like that is important. I think that some people reach certain levels in their mind that they feel like they're too good to do certain things. And sometimes time doesn't match up, but you can always make time for things to make sure that shit happens like it's supposed to. So at the end of the day, just stay solid, stay focused. I don't know how some people was raised, but for me, I was just raised to stay solid and do whatever I say I'm going to do, and then just keep pushing. But yeah, like y'all said earlier with that first question, make sure you learn about some credit. Make sure you know about money. And sometimes you have to unlearn things that you learn from your parents and grandparents in order for you to grow. Like, they don't know every fucking thing. They really don't. And sometimes they hide shit from you, which hinders your growth because you just listen to the things that they say. But
Facts.
yeah, that's all I got. I'm still trying to figure this shit out myself.
Man, that was good. That was real good. I guess I would just say, try new experiences, man. And what I mean by that is do something new that's within your business, or try different foods, or just new experiences in general, because it's good. You know what I mean? It's gonna help you get to that next level. Help you gonna open a door that you never knew you could open. You know what I mean? So just
travel if you can.
Yeah, definitely travel, especially if you're young
to
too.
A lot of my success is just traveling and seeing different shit and seeing what I can bring back to Indianapolis or bring back to where I'm from, or just inspire me to do different things. You don't necessarily need that now with social media, but I still feel like being engulfed and indulged in situations like outside of where you're from definitely just helps you grow.
Facts. Yep.
Think 3 times before you're making a decision. Anything you do. You know what I mean? 1, think what's going to happen. 2, think how it's going to affect me. And 3, how it's going to affect anybody around me. You know what I mean? So any decisions you make, I mean, rule. Just really think about what is the cause and effect, and like what can this do for me and what can this do for anybody around me. You know what I mean? Especially like we mentioned, like one of the first topics we were talking about on the podcast today, it's like a generational wealth. Like, what's the cause and effect of me getting what I want? Is it a need or is it a want? You know what I mean? What's the cause and effect? You know what I mean? Just really start thinking about your outcomes before you start thinking about income. Start thinking about like assets, needs, anything that you want. Start thinking about like what is it gonna do to you that you want to chase something. So just man, just really think about your actions.
Right.
No, I mean, that's really why we want to.
Yeah, my high school
pinpoint.
principal used to say, and we used to laugh every day because, I mean, of course, we went there for 4 years, but every day before the bell would ring, before school was over, he'd be like, split-second decisions could have long-lasting effects on your life. But to your point earlier about being young and not interpreting things or understanding, he's saying that shit to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. But as soon as I got older, I'm like, damn, I'm seeing people go to jail. I'm seeing different stuff happen where I'm like, principal was right.
Control impulse. Control impulse.
You did something this quick, and that might not really be who you is, but now you have to live with the consequences, which could be death, jail, a lot of different things.
Right.
But
Definitely. Yeah, well, I would just say, man, proper planning beats poor performance. For anything it is that you want to do out there, definitely come with a plan. Learn about it, study it, and, go from there. Like Mike G was saying in the show, everything really takes a lot of hard work. So don't think that there's just some magical way for anybody in the world to get to where they are now. You know what I mean? They really consistent. They were persistent. They worked their ass off to get there. So if anywhere that you want to get in life, you must work. Like I said, you have to understand that it's gonna take over 10,000 hours. Like I used to say 10,000 hours, but now it's gonna take over 10,000 hours because even once you hit the 10,000 hour mark, you're never gonna not be able to work to continue to grow. So always focus on growing every day. Make plans every day. Make short-term and long-term goals every day, and cross them off the list every time you pass it up. You know what I mean? Appreciate your milestones. Celebrate the small victories just like you'll celebrate the big victories because the things that you always wanted then you have now, and the things that you're striving for now you're gonna want then. You know what I mean? So always stay focused. You know what I mean? Continue to work hard every day, and make sure y'all. Hey, what was the name of that food spot? Livery. On phone them. Go to Livery. On phone say that.
Nah, for real.
Hey, this has been another episode of Voice of Visions. Man.
We got to tell them about the new season.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Before we cut the show. This is the last episode to season 1, man. Definitely thank you to Mike G for being our
the finale.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
That ended off right.
Yeah. We cut it off right. This is the very last episode to season 1. Season 2 will begin February 15th, man, and we definitely gonna have some heavy hitters, some hard hitting people up in it, and we can't wait to bring some new content to y'all. So go watch all of the old podcasts, all of them, including this one that's going to come out, that's going to be out. And, you know what I mean? We love y'all. Thank y'all for continuously, checking out the IG, and anybody that is like looking up Voices of Visions or even catching these little live shows whenever we do them. Thank you. We appreciate y'all, and we can't wait to see y'all season 2. We cannot wait to see y'all in season 2. This has been another episode of Voices of Visions where we put words into actions, and we out.